Ryan, your birthday is approaching. We need to start planning your celebration. We haven't even decided on a theme yet, Mother reminded me. It's my 18th birthday, so we should do something special this time, I suggested eagerly. But Father intervened with a complication. Sandra, I have a business trip scheduled for next week. I'll only be back the day before Ryan's birthday. That means you'll have to handle all the arrangements this time. Mom turned to him hopefully. Can't you rearrange your trip, Stephen? I tried, but the dates couldn't be changed, Father replied regretfully. Don't worry, Stephen, I'll take care of everything for Ryan's birthday party. You focus on your business trip, Mom reassured him. Mom, I'll help you plan my birthday, I offered. After our discussion, Mom and Dad went off to work, leaving me alone in the living room. Every year, we celebrated my birthday with friends and relatives, and my parents, Sandra and Stephen, always made sure it was special by organizing themed parties. As the only child in our family residing in New York, United States, my father being a business owner and my mother a homemaker, have always showered me with love and attention. After completing high school, I decided to grow out my hair, and now it gracefully falls to my shoulders. I've been spending a lot of time immersing myself in films and YouTube videos, exploring different interests. The following day, my mother embarked on planning my birthday celebration. There was a flurry of tasks to be completed before the big day. My mother meticulously chose a hotel and made the necessary reservations. At the start of the next week, my father departed for his business trip. In the mornings, my mother and I worked side by side, organizing the details for my birthday party. Despite our efforts, we hadn't settled on a theme yet. One day, as we sat together in the living room with my laptop, we delved into YouTube for inspiration. After a few minutes of searching, we stumbled upon a unique birthday party concept. In this particular celebration, the birthday boy dressed as a girl and embraced the festivities as a charming young lady. Wow, he makes a very pretty girl, my mother said as we watched the video in its entirety. We were both captivated by the unique birthday concept. The birthday boy transformed into a girl for the celebration, and I couldn't help but notice how carefully my mother observed every detail, clearly enjoying the idea. As the video came to an end, my mother turned to me with a serious expression. Ryan, why don't we try this concept for your upcoming birthday, she suggested. I couldn't hide my confusion. Mother, are you joking? I responded, taken aback by her proposal. It's not a joke. My son, I genuinely believe we can do this type of birthday celebration, she insisted. I was taken by surprise by my mother's unexpected suggestion. The thought of dressing as a girl in front of my friends and relatives was daunting. As a young boy, I felt a sense of shame at the idea. Dressing as a girl didn't seem suitable for me at all. Furthermore, without any prior experience portraying a girl, the thought of trying to achieve a feminine appearance filled me with uncertainty and anxiety. Mother, I can't accept your proposal. As a young boy, I'm not comfortable wearing girls' clothes. I'm afraid my friends and relatives would make fun of me, I explained, firmly rejecting my mother's suggestion. Ryan, I understand, darling. But that video sparked something special in me. That boy transformed into a cute girl, and it was amazing to see. His mother looked so happy, enjoying her son's feminine side. My mother expressed her feelings to me, her eyes reflecting her passion. After the makeup, he looked just like a real girl, I remarked, still hesitant. Darling, I envision you as a beautiful princess at your birthday party. You have a slim body and fair skin, just like girls your age. Your smooth, beardless face can easily be transformed with some simple makeup. I promise to make your birthday celebration unforgettable this time, my mother said, holding my hand with hope in her eyes. Mom, I understand your desire now. Give me a few hours to reconsider whether I can agree to celebrate my birthday as a girl, I requested from her, needing time to think. My mother came to me, kissed my forehead affectionately, and then went to her day-to-day work. Settling into the living room, I pondered over my mother's proposal. After much contemplation, I decided to accept her request and transform into a girl for my birthday celebration. My main reason for agreeing was to see the happiness in my mother's eyes. Summoning my mother to join me in the living room, I expressed my decision with love. Mom, I accept your request because I want to see you happy, I said earnestly. Tears of joy welled up in my mother's eyes as she hugged me tightly. Thank you, my darling. I'm overjoyed that you've chosen to celebrate your birthday as a girl. I'll help you become a cute girl and ensure you feel like a princess on your special day. I know you'll be happy and enjoy your birthday as a girl, she said, her voice filled with happiness. Seeing the happiness on my mother's face brought a sense of contentment to my heart. Despite my initial reservations, I felt reassured by her joy. Attempting to carry on with my day as usual, I found it difficult to shake off the restlessness in my mind. The thought of spending my birthday as a girl weighed heavily on my thoughts. I lacked experience in dressing as a girl, and the uncertainty made me restless. As the day drew to a close and I retired to my bedroom, I hoped for a peaceful night's sleep. However, my mind was filled with thoughts and worries, making it impossible to relax. It took until midnight for me to finally drift into a deep sleep, my mind still racing with anticipation and apprehension. The next morning greeted me with my mother's cheerful voice. Good morning, darling, she said warmly. Good morning, Mom, I replied, still feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness about the day ahead. Son, today we need to start planning your transformation into a cute girl. We'll need to find a talented beautician who can help us with this, my mother explained, setting the agenda for the day. Do you think we can find a beautician for this kind of work? I asked, feeling doubtful about the prospect. Why not? This isn't illegal. We're doing this for fun, my mother reassured me. After our brief discussion, my mother went to prepare breakfast while I headed to the bathroom for a refreshing shower. Once I was done, I joined my mother at the breakfast table. Following breakfast, we settled in the living room to begin our search for a suitable beautician. We scoured websites and my mother even reached out to her friends for recommendations. Eventually, we found a beautician named Emily, whose salon was conveniently located nearby. My mother made a call to Emily, who requested that we visit her salon before confirming our request. She fixed an appointment for today at 4 p.m. After our conversation, we went about our usual activities. As lunchtime approached, we prepared to visit Emily's salon. My mother and I made our way there and arrived after a short drive. Upon entering the salon, we were greeted by a beautiful young lady who introduced herself as Emily. She had a strikingly attractive face and exuded a friendly demeanor. My mother explained our plan to Emily, who listened attentively, ready to assist us in our endeavor. Sandra, I understand your concept, and I must say, it's truly amazing. I've come across similar ideas before, and I find them fascinating. I'm more than happy to accept your request, and I'll do everything in my power to ensure a successful transformation. I promise to turn your son into a princess, Emily expressed her enthusiasm. Thank you so much, Emily. Your dedication means a lot to us. What should we do next? My mother inquired, eager to proceed with the preparations. We have limited time, and transforming a male into a female through makeup is quite a challenging task. First, we need to select some appropriate outfits for Ryan. Do you have any specific ideas for his costume? Emily asked, turning to my mother. I'd love to see my darling son in a beautiful frock. My mother replied with a loving smile. Hearing my mother's words, a wave of embarrassment washed over me. Two ladies were discussing how to transform me into a girl, and I couldn't help but feel bashful as I listened to their conversation. Frocks will certainly suit your son. We'll need a variety of accessories for the transformation, including hair extensions, underwear, breast forms, shapewear, heels, earrings, and necklaces. Can both of you join me tomorrow morning to select these items? Emily asked, laying out the plan. Of course, we'll be there tomorrow morning, my mother agreed without hesitation. Excellent. I'll make a list of all the necessary items, Emily confirmed, her enthusiasm evident. After our initial meeting with Emily, both my mother and I were impressed by her professionalism and expertise. As we returned home, we discussed our positive impressions of Emily. Ryan, I think we found the perfect beautician for our project. Emily is incredibly talented and supportive. My mother praised Emily's positive attitude. I agree, Mom, she seems really good, I acknowledged. After dinner, I retired to my bedroom and prepared for bed. The next morning, I woke up to the sound of my alarm, ready for our shopping session. I dressed in my usual boy clothes and made my way to the living room, where I found my mother already prepared for our outing. Together, we headed to the shopping mall we had chosen the day before. Upon arriving at the mall, we spotted Emily waiting for us, ready to begin our shopping excursion. At the beginning of our shopping trip, we made our way to the frock section, with me trailing behind my mother. The racks were filled with a dazzling array of beautiful frocks, made from colorful and soft materials. I couldn't resist reaching out to touch the fabric, marveling at its softness. After nearly an hour of browsing, my mother and Emily finally settled on a stunning frock for my birthday event. As they made their selection, I found myself drawn to the beauty of the chosen frock, my hand instinctively reaching out to feel the soft material. I glanced up and I saw Emily smiling at me. "Do you like this frock?" she asked, her smile warm and encouraging. I remained silent, feeling a flush of embarrassment, and simply looked down at the ground. Next, we moved on to a special section dedicated to hair extensions, shapewear, and breast forms. Emily helped us select matching hair extensions, and then came the most exciting part of the shopping trip, choosing silicone breast forms. It was my first time seeing such items, and I was amazed by how realistic they looked and felt. Emily selected a pair that matched me perfectly, along with matching shapewear to enhance my figure. "Ryan, these breast forms and shapewear are essential for achieving a feminine shape. Many crossdressers use them to enhance their beauty," Emily explained. With that done, we moved on to the girls' underwear section, where my mother selected a padded lacy bra and matching lacy panty for me. Finally, we reached the accessories section, where the topic turned to earrings. "Sandra, what type of earrings would you like for Ryan? We can use normal earrings by piercing his ears, or we can use clip-on earrings if he doesn't want to pierce his ears," Emily suggested, turning to my mother. My mother looked at me with a smile before responding. "I'd like to use normal earrings and pierce his ears." "That's a good choice. With pierced ears, we can use the best earrings," Emily agreed. After selecting earrings and necklaces, we moved on to the shoes section. A sales lady approached us to assist in finding suitable shoes. Emily selected a shoe design and asked the sales lady to bring a pair matching my size. The sales lady seemed momentarily shocked but quickly composed herself and fetched the shoes for me. After nearly 3 hours of shopping, we had gathered all the items we needed. After settling the bill, Emily bid us farewell and headed back to her salon, while my mother and I made our way home. The following day, my mother was busy with the preparations for my birthday celebration, and I offered my full support to her. As the days passed, the day before my birthday arrived. My mother and I sat in the living room for a final check of the arrangements. Emily called to inform us that she would arrive at our home the next morning at 10 a.m. to assist with the transformation. While we were discussing the plans in the living room, the phone rang. It was my father calling to inform us that he would be returning home early the next morning. "Your father will be surprised to see his new daughter," my mother remarked with a smile after ending the call. The excitement for the upcoming celebration filled the air, and I couldn't help but feel a mixture of nerves and anticipation for the transformation that awaited me. After finishing our work and enjoying a delightful dinner together, I retired to my bedroom. Sitting on my bed, I couldn't help but ponder the adventure that awaited me the next day. Excitement filled my mind as I imagined myself transformed into a girl. However, alongside the excitement was a sense of apprehension. I had no idea how my friends and relatives would react to seeing me as a girl. Restlessness kept me awake until midnight, unable to settle my thoughts. Suddenly, I heard my mother's voice calling out to me. Opening the door, I was greeted with a warm hug and birthday wishes from my mother. "Happy birthday, my darling," she said affectionately. "Thank you, Mom. I love you," I replied, feeling a rush of gratitude. "Your father is on the phone. Talk to him," my mother instructed, handing me the phone. "Happy birthday, Ryan. I can't wait to see you at your special birthday party. See you soon," my father wished me over the phone. "Thanks, Dad," I replied, touched by his well wishes. After exchanging loving wishes, my mother headed to her bedroom, leaving me to try to settle my mind and get some sleep. Eventually, I managed to drift off into a restless slumber. The next morning, I was awakened by my mother's loving morning greetings. "Good morning, darling, hurry up, it's your big day. There's so much to do, and I can't wait to see you as my beloved daughter," she exclaimed excitedly. "Good morning, Mom, I'm so excited," I replied, feeling a surge of anticipation for the day ahead. "Don't worry, darling, I'll be right here with you," my mother reassured me as she instructed me to shave my facial and body hair before taking a bath. Taking her guidance, I headed to the bathroom and meticulously shaved off my facial and body hair. As I bathed, thoughts of the adventure awaiting me today filled my mind, stirring a mixture of excitement and nervousness. After completing my bath, I returned to my bedroom, feeling refreshed and ready for the day's events. "Ryan, Emily called me and informed me that she'll be here within 2 hours," my mother informed me as I entered the room. I nodded in acknowledgement and settled in my room to wait for Emily's arrival, anticipation building with each passing minute. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I heard the doorbell ring, signaling Emily's arrival. My heart raced with excitement as my mother led her into my bedroom, marking the beginning of our transformative birthday celebration. "Good morning and happy birthday, Ryan. I know this birthday will be unforgettable in your life," Emily said with a warm smile. "Good morning, and thank you for your wish," I replied to Emily, feeling grateful for her kind words. After a brief chat, we confirmed our plans to start the party at 6 p.m. As the clock struck 1 p.m., Emily asked if we could begin. "Yes, I am ready," I replied, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. My mother then handed me a pretty panty and underskirt, marking the beginning of our birthday transformation. "Ryan, go to the bathroom, take off your clothes, and put on this panty and underskirt." Mother instructed me. I made my way to the bathroom and shed my male clothes, my heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. Slipping into the lacy panties, I was immediately struck by their softness, finding them far more comfortable than the usual underwear I was accustomed to. Next, I carefully donned the underskirt, relishing the gentle caress of the soft fabric against my skin. After dressing in the panties and underskirt, I ventured back to the bedroom, feeling a bit shy but determined to embrace this new experience. Stepping toward my mother and Emily, I awaited their guidance. My mother handed me a padded bra, and I couldn't help but feel a bit uncertain. "How do I wear this bra?" I asked, my voice tinged with nervousness. My mother and Emily couldn't help but laugh at my repeated request for assistance with the bra, their laughter filling the room with a sense of light-heartedness. As my mother helped me into the bra and Emily placed the silicone breast forms into the cups, I couldn't help but notice the weight they added to my chest. It was a strange sensation, but one that made me feel more feminine than ever before. With the addition of the girls' underwear and the hip enhancer, I could feel my body taking on a more feminine shape, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation for what was to come. After everything was in place, my mother brought out the frock and helped me to put it on. As the soft fabric draped over my body, I couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the transformation that was taking place. It was a simple frock, but it made me feel beautiful in a way I had never experienced before. As I stood before them in my new attire, I noticed the look of surprise on my mother and Emily's faces. It was a moment of validation, of seeing myself through their eyes and realizing that I truly did look beautiful. "You look so beautiful, my darling," my mother said, her words filled with love and pride. "Yes, Sandra, I'm sure after the makeup he will be a princess," Emily added, her words echoing my own thoughts. "Can we start the makeup process?" Mother asked Emily eagerly. "Before makeup, we have to fix the hair extensions," Emily replied. With delicate care, Emily attached the hair extensions to my existing hair, transforming it into a beautiful style. As I watched in the mirror, I could see my appearance gradually shifting from my usual male look to that of a female. Emily then began the makeup process, starting with applying foundation to my face. The scent of the foundation seemed to envelop me, adding to the femininity of the moment. With each stroke of the brush, I felt myself being transformed. After a few minutes, Emily finished the makeup by applying lipstick, leaving a subtle taste on my lips. With her skilled hands, she had created a stunning girl look for me. Seeing my reflection, I couldn't help but feel a sense of joy and confidence. Wow, Emily, you're so talented. Ryan, you look adorable as a girl. I'm so happy, my mother exclaimed, her eyes filled with pride and delight. Thank you, Sandra, he looks just like a young girl, Emily agreed, smiling at the transformation she had achieved. With the makeup complete, Emily then adorned me with a necklace, adding a final touch to my outfit. Ryan, now I'm going to pierce your ears, Emily announced, holding a piercing tool. Despite the initial nerves, I found myself embracing the pain of the piercing, knowing it was a symbol of the transformation I was undergoing. With each moment, I felt more connected to my newfound feminine identity, embracing the beauty and joy it brought me. After my ears were pierced, my mother carefully fixed the earrings in place, and I felt the gentle weight of them dangling from my ears. Despite the initial discomfort, the sensation quickly faded as I became enveloped in the overall feminine feel of my appearance. With Emily's assistance, I slipped into a pair of 2-inch heel shoes, initially struggling to maintain my balance. However, with some practice, I gradually found my footing and stood confidently in the heels. Upon completing my transformation, Emily and my mother approached me, showering me with compliments and admiration for my newfound beauty. You look like a real girl. Anyone could not identify you as a boy, Emily remarked, her eyes filled with pride. Ryan, I am so happy, darling. You are a pretty girl. I am so lucky to have a beautiful daughter like you, my mother expressed, her words filled with love and joy. Moved by my mother's heartfelt words, I couldn't help but feel emotional, and I embraced her in a tight hug. With each passing moment, I felt my feminine feelings intensify, embracing the beauty and joy of my transformation. Our tender moment was interrupted by the sound of the doorbell, signaling the arrival of my father. As he entered, his eyes widened in amazement at the sight of me transformed into a girl. You are amazing, Ryan, my father exclaimed, pulling me into a warm embrace. In that moment, I realized just how much my parents cherished and supported me, and I felt a profound sense of gratitude for their acceptance and love. With their encouragement, I felt confident and happy in my decision to embrace my femininity for my birthday celebration. As the evening approached, my parents retreated to their bedroom to prepare for the event, leaving Emily to guide me in the art of walking, sitting, and eating like a girl. With her patient guidance, I quickly learned to adopt a more feminine demeanor. When we were ready to depart for the event venue, I felt a surge of excitement as I stepped outside, basking in the warm glow of the evening sunlight. Arriving at the hotel where the party would take place, I entered with a mix of nervousness and anticipation. We settled into the hotel room, waiting for the festivities to begin. As darkness enveloped us, the sounds of people gathering outside grew louder, signaling the arrival of my guests. Soon, my parents approached me, signaling that it was time to begin the celebration. With a hesitant heart, I followed them to the party hall, my mind filled with anticipation and nerves. As I entered the hall, I could sense the curious gazes of those around me. My mother took the lead, introducing me to the assembled guests. At first, there was a moment of surprise and confusion, but soon everyone seemed to adjust. My friends approached me, expressing their admiration for my transformation and the unique choice of celebration. Despite my initial apprehension, I felt a sense of acceptance and joy as I embraced the evening, surrounded by the love and support of my friends and family. As the party unfolded, I found myself surrounded by friends and relatives, all of whom embraced and celebrated my transformation with genuine joy and admiration. It was heartening to see everyone enjoying themselves, and I felt a sense of pride knowing that my decision to celebrate in this unique way had brought so much happiness to those around me. Throughout the evening, I could see my parents beaming with pride and happiness, their joy evident in every smile and laugh. It was clear that this birthday celebration meant a lot to them, perhaps even more than previous ones. As the night wore on, we took numerous photos to commemorate the occasion, capturing memories that would last a lifetime. When the clock struck midnight, our guests bid their farewells and departed, leaving behind a room filled with laughter and love. Left behind were only my parents, Emily, and myself, reflecting on the success of the evening. Emily's kind words and my father's heartfelt gratitude reinforced the significance of the event and the role each person played in making it a memorable celebration. Ryan, today you did your part perfectly. I noticed that most of your friends and relatives appreciate your beauty. You are so lucky, Ryan. You look like a real girl, Emily praised, her words filling me with a sense of accomplishment. Emily, we want to express our heartiest thanks to you, my father chimed in, acknowledging Emily's invaluable contribution to the success of the birthday party. Then, Emily presented a special request. Ryan, I have a special request for you, she began, capturing my attention. Curious, I encouraged her to continue. If you like, you can work as a part-time female model for my salon functions, Emily proposed, her offer taking me by surprise. Before I could respond, my mother jumped in with enthusiasm. That is a good idea, she exclaimed, already embracing the opportunity on my behalf. Feeling a mixture of excitement and uncertainty, I realized that my enjoyment of my female persona had led me to this moment. With a deep breath, I expressed my gratitude. Thank you, Emily. I also like to accept your proposal, I replied, my voice filled with newfound determination. As we made our way to the hotel lobby to leave, I felt a surge of hope and anticipation for the future. This unexpected opportunity promised to open doors to new experiences and adventures, and I was ready to embrace them wholeheartedly.